show at the Tempe Improv with
Yeah,
Norm Macdonald.
All right.
Norm Macdonald! How you doing?
What's going on, baby?
Hey, you know, we're just doing a little radio show here.
Yeah,
and,
let's do radio and talk about the local news.
do you want to do that?
Yeah, I see Tigers in the news. I'm just looking at the TV.
Is he real local?
What's local? You tell me the local news.
I'll tell you the local news. A guy from Tempe, from ASU, won Big Brother 12. They called him the Animal. Do you watch the Big Brother at all or no?
Big Brother? I watched the first 9 seasons were excellent. And then I felt it slipped.
Yeah.
It's slipping. I feel it's slipping.
Yeah, what happened?
There's Barry. The year Barry won. What? You know the guy's name? Yeah, you remember Barry. No, I don't. I don't even remember who won the Super Bowl 4 years ago. But I see these reality shows and they go, tonight, watch what happens when Harry tries to get across the rope. I'd rather watch a real sport where I know the rules. And they go, the guy was a good player, you got to give that to him. Like there was a game. Because he was good because he'd lie behind other people's back and then they'd figure turned out he didn't like him in the first place. They found that out come voting day.
I have Lou Diamond Phillips here for you today, by the way. Or the kid from Independence Day.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah, hippie down.
Lou Diamond Phillips lost a lady to another lady. Remember that story?
That's right. He did. His wife left him for a woman.
His wife left him for probably better than leaving you for a guy, because if they left you for a guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're measuring you
know,
out.
what do they have that you don't? You can't say that about a lady.
Right.
What does she have that I don't? Oh, I guess everything. Everything that's good that you like. Okay, well I understand.
Have you ever had a threesome? No. All those years on SNL and everything.
I've had a twosome.
Yeah.
Me and another lady, and then I talk her into letting me lie down on top of her. She agrees. That's a good night. Anyways, had a lot of onesomes.
That's what I'm having. I just moved here. I just whoopee watch.
Yeah.
I'm counting every
Well,
day.
even if I'm in a relationship, my onesomes are more than my twosomes, and my threesomes never have. Anything more than that is life. You know, if you have 5 or 6 people, you spend most of your life not trying to have 5 or 6 people around you, let alone in your bedroom. Whatever.
We're just peeked inside the brain of Norm Macdonald.
No, this is what it's like. Like, you know, I don't want a whole bunch of people. I figure if I was with 5 women, it would just be like being with one super heavy lady. I wouldn't care for it too much.
All right, Norm Macdonald, the Tempe Improv. A guy was buried at sea. I don't know where you want to be
The guy
buried.
was buried at sea?
Right, but he floated, and he wouldn't sink, and they didn't know what to do, and the body just kind of floated away. That happened over in
a great story.
Virginia Beach.
Slow news day. Well, burying at sea, the problem is...
Slow news day.
The problem with burying at sea is the ocean, when you try to shovel it. Never seems to get a hole going. Very hard to get a hole going. That's my burying at sea joke.
It was funny.
That I always have in my back pocket in case. I thought about being buried at sea because I thought it would be a cool way. Because people go like, "Oh, how could you be, you know, whatever, burned or something, however they decide to kill you." But you know, it's much more weird to go. How can you bury you under the ground and then crazy stuff happens and you're a monster? You know, you turn into a skeleton monster. You know. So, but I was thinking of burial at sea because they throw you over and then a whole bunch of sharks all attack you and eat you. But you don't care because you're dead.
Well, they gotta eat too, right?
But it's super dramatic. You know, it looks dramatic if you film it and stuff. You go, this is the last shot of Dad. He was fighting sharks. He was dead. That would look much better than just a guy. They tell you with sharks, if you punch them in the nose, that's a good thing.
Yeah, there was a guy that wrestled a shark in Florida.
Yeah.
The surfer.
You wrestle one?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's what I do too. You
Would
do
you give up?
something. You don't just immediately give up. You probably wrestled them unsuccessfully until you got them in a headlock and realized their razor sharp teeth is why you were headlocking.
It's the other face.
Shark, here's the thing they tell you in these, like they'll say, if you're in a, if a bear comes at you, you know, don't be scared, you know, just pretend to be dead, lie Like, it's ever easy pretending to be dead anyway, you know? But if a bear is sniffing you, a hungry bear, you're supposed to be such a method actor that you can pretend to be sleeping or dead, relaxed. So of course you'd be shivering and shaking and defecating. Better sense that. There's always on the brighter side, you'll never see a bear ever. That's always the good ending of those stories. With a shark.
I think that's not true though. Every time you always hear a bear like running in the city and like attacking people. So what if that happens?
You never hear that story. Now listen, every city has its bear problem.
All right, what are we going to do about this bear problem? Enough is enough.
Sandro, I heard you outside saying something about you had to be hypnotized to quit smoking. You still smoke?
No, I said that I didn't get hypnotized because a guy told me, I got hypnotized and it worked, and I said I would rather have free will. I would rather not go. I'm very susceptible. That's the good thing. That's what I found out about myself. A guy can just tell me, and I want to smoke, but I don't because the other guy told me. Then I would be terrified to go through life. So I don't like I wouldn't want to be hypnotized. No.
I don't think
I'd
it's
rather
real.
make my own decisions.
Yeah, I don't think it's real.
I don't think it's real either.
I don't know.
And I was mentioning that when I was young, I saw Ramin the Impossibilist, who made people, one person think he was a chicken, another person think he spoke Martian. Anyway, so I saw the guy afterwards, and he was the chicken. I remember because I was in the audience with my brother. I was 14. He was running around. He was pecking. He was pecking a lot, and like acting like a chicken. So I saw him after the show. We were in the parking lot, and I said, "Hey, that's that guy from my brother, you know." So I said to the guy, I go, "What did it feel like being a chicken? Like the guy hypnotized you into being a chicken?" And he goes, "It was cool." And then I'm thinking about it, I was like, if it was real, you go, "Hey, how's that, man? When you thought you were a chicken," you go, "I don't know, I thought it was a chicken. I gotta go home and think about this." And then he would go into therapy, obviously, because he had had a psychotic break from the world for 10 minutes when he was convinced he was a chicken. You'd start thinking about everything differently immediately. You wouldn't go, "That was cool."
Oh yeah.
Norm Macdonald.
Respect.
Thanks.
Thank you, Norm, for stopping by the Tempe Improv.
That was fun, man.